gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all, no, children, no, do not listen to this. This is bad for you. This is not safe for your little ears. Get the hell out of here. My name is Patricio, a.k.a. Rocky. Welcome to a brand new episode of With Side of Chaos. And as always, I'm joined by this guy.
Hey, I'm Salty. How you guys doing?
How you doing, brother? How's everything been with you?
Doing all right, man. Just doing the day-to-day, hanging in there and not punching influencers. That's all we have to do nowadays.
I will say it has gotten harder and harder to not punch these damn influencers, dude. I swear to God, it's insane.
I have to tell you, I was on my way to New Smyrna Beach, and I did
Whoa, what the hell were you doing in New Smyrna Beach?
I was doing a comedy show in New Smyrna Beach, and it was one of the last shows before he went into his official venue, which is super cool. I'll announce that soon enough. But I met my first influencer in real life, and I caught a charge. So let's just continue on.
Okay, dude. What did I do since the last time that we saw each other? I went to the haunted maze and a haunted forest at Lake Catherine over the weekend.
I just wanted to say that everyone at Lake Catherine, I need you to go ahead and bump your tips up another 20%, you poor fuckos. Continue on with your story, sir. I work in Maitland, I know. Continue on.
Yeah, no. Girlfriend, and I went to check out the haunted maze and the haunted trail, and for it being a mom and pop kind of haunted attraction, dude, it was badass.
Yeah,
like for $56, myself and my girlfriend did a maze and did a haunted trail where they took us on a tractor and left us in the woods.
That just sounds like a Friday, if you ask me. Like I'll just leave you somewhere in the woods, Pat. You don't even have to give me that. I'll do it for $55.
You know what?
Safety not guaranteed.
I will call you next time when I want to drop some money and get scared at the same time. And sadly, I don't even have. It doesn't have to be Halloween season.
I will drop you in front of the goddamn Sausage Castle. You'll be happy to be alive.
I have an invitation to the Sausage Castle for next Friday's Halloween festivities. And I don't know if I'm going to go or not.
Can I be your +1 or take it?
Yeah, we could probably do that if you want to take it.
Excellent, because I'm going to go fuck Busey. I'm just going to go straight for the pig.
I think half of Orlando has already fucked Busey.
Well, I'm going to boom.
Well, I mean, he fucked Orlando pretty hard a few months ago when his bus made hit a public property in downtown Orlando. Like his actual tour bus.
Who cares? The city used to be beautiful, and he's trying to make it beautiful again by knocking over its garbage real estate.
Is that what he meant when Make America Great Again, make Orlando beautiful again?
I don't care if he drives his tour bus through the whole city of Mar-a-Lago. I don't give a shit.
We don't care about Mar-a-Lago. We said that before repeatedly on the show.
I know. I just hope he keeps driving and knocks Miami off. We just bring in Key West.
Oh, come on. We need those Miami Jews. They're awesome.
Well...
Yeah, I threw you off on that one, didn't I, buddy?
No, I'm just not getting on your hype train this early.
Well, no,
too early.
I was making a political reference with what they did in 2000 with the Gore-Bush election.
No more ChemD before you.
I was the youngest protester out there that year. But anyways, no,
Bobby, I'm just a douchebag who likes to trivialize both sides' points and light them on fire. It's very easy.
It's fun to poke sides.
Yeah, I'm devil's advocate now.
Yeah,
you know what? It's when you're 37 years old, you wake up a Republican on a random Tuesday. It's a really weird thing to happen.
Oh, you mean Thursday afternoon for me?
You're a Republican now on a Thursday afternoon?
What's today?
Today's Friday.
There you go.
No, I'm formerly fuck off. I'm voting Republican next time.
Hey, I don't. You know what? Let's watch our words because we're gonna have someone who's gonna grill us afterwards if you're gonna keep talking that kind of shit.
That's okay. Remember, I'm still Aaron, which means if you have an argument, I'll light you on fire.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Literally, I'm not an IRL.
I'm still trying to clear up the wall from last time.
I know it's like fucking spontaneous combustion. That's what I was trying to get to.
We'll blame Aaron did not light somebody on fire. It was spontaneous combustion. I can't even talk today.
Yeah, because you smoked ice cream cake.
Yeah. Are you having trouble? Is it not long enough?
No, it's just like there's stuff.
Okay.
I'm stuffy.
I thought it just wasn't long enough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it wasn't long enough for you, Aaron.
Well, that's fantastic.
Wait a second. No, I don't have to apologize because that's not my cord. That is your cord, sir. So your cord is not long enough for your services. Thank you very much. I'll be here all night.
This is the second time this week I've been called a Nazi. Thank you, Bobby Tyler.
Oh, Bobby Tyler's our on-site radical. Well, no, our on-site conservatists. Yeah, I almost went a different route on that one, and I feel Bobby, if he had good Wi-Fi, which he probably does, you know.
He probably does have good Wi-Fi.
He
probably has a whole bunker of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, if there is Wi-Fi to be maintained in a bunker,
it's like
Bobby
his house has 4 different Wi-Fis, and they're all connected to each other, but on different networks. So in case one goes down, his phone is already streaming on the other one, and so on and so on.
Oh my Lord, we must be on like 5 TVs right now. So when he moves from room to room, he can still make eye contact with the devil. I am the devil. It's not Pat.
No,
I'm the white one. Hate me this time. Hate me this time.
Oh, what was it from Ace Ventura, the White Devil? Shikaka?
I don't remember. It's too long ago.
Yeah, Shikaka. White Devil. No, Inuit. Oh, fucking never mind. I'm going on a tangent. My bad. So on tonight's episode.
Yeah, why don't you bring us back to Earth?
Yeah, all right.
We've already pissed off Bobby, and we haven't even.
We are at 17,000 feet and descending. We are close to impact. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are under our lock position as we start this fucking show. So on tonight's episode, I am fucking finally happy because this person is on by herself. The spotlight is on her. The pressure's on her. It's all about her. If this show fails, it's on her, and it's going to haunt her for the next 73 weeks.
That's the opposite of what you told me before we walked in here.
Hi, Rachel. I put you on the screen now.
Oh,
You're
here.
here.
Well, thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, I don't know where we started, but I'm glad you're here to bring us hopefully back to some sort of reality.
Sure, I'll try.
Yeah, the views and opinions are of those of the hosts and callers, and not of chaos.
Does that mean that I'm like 1099 contract work and I can start saying even worse words now?
The brown one's in charge now.
Whoa! I was just letting.
And we lost Bobby.
That's okay. I was trying to shift the power element away from you so that I could take on some of your racism.
Oh, by all means, dude.
I'm trying. It's hard though.
Yeah. So back to Rachel.
Hi.
So
Hi, Rachel.
I'm so glad to have you on just by yourself tonight because we've had you on previous episodes, and you've actually spanned from with the side of chaos to the Orlando sideshow, the Orlando shit show. You've been all over the Chaos Network, and thank you for coming in today.
Yeah, of course. I'm always happy to go and talk with you, Patricio, and your lovely viewers and such.
I appreciate that.
I'm not as good at this as you guys are, so be patient with me.
It's fine. It's fine. As soon as you wait. Ooh, okay, we're just gonna keep on going. Rachel, it's nice to have you on the show. I don't know.
Bring that microphone a little bit closer to you.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, way better.
Okay,
100% better.
All right.
But no, the reason why I called Rachel in tonight is that she's not in trouble. She's never in trouble, this little angel.
Am I?
Just say after class. But no, I saw an article pop up on my Facebook feed because I don't read any other source of news or information but Facebook. You know, that's why I'm always right, because I am on top of the chat groups and all those crazy shenanigans. But damn, slow down, bro. Slow down. Okay, sorry. We're doing it again? Yeah. Stop. Gotcha. Okay.
Huh?
So what is happening right here?
I don't know.
No. I want to collect. What is happening right now?
Patricio was on cruise control for a few moments. We took him off cruise control because we have to pilot this thing just right.
I have no idea what's
going on.
I
have no idea
either.
either.
So as long as you're as confused as I am.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Cool. So, right.
Absolutely.
Patricio, are you in need of help? Is that why you've called Rachel and I here to help you today?
If I needed help, you would not be in the picture, Aaron.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You would not be the first call from jail.
Like, if I'm trying to get rid of a body, then like, hey, Aaron, you remember that guy that we met the other night? What's his number? That's all I would bring you in on.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even bring you in to get rid of a dead body, bro. I love you.
Oh,
that's fine.
But we are there for each other when it counts the most.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Apparently, if you have a body, you won't call me first.
I mean, maybe that's a good thing. You know, you don't want to get wrapped up in that shit.
I'm
likely the one who caused the body, which is why he is the one.
Well, you wouldn't need to call. You'd already be there.
You know what? He probably did it.
You want to know what I'm gonna say, and it's gonna shut him up.
Okay.
It's literally gonna shut you up on why I wouldn't call you.
Oh, no.
Because you have a son.
Oh. Oh, he's just looking out for you. Looking out for you and the mini you.
Boom.
Me and the mini me.
Yeah. What a guy.
That's why I wouldn't call you, bro.
What a pal.
Is that what you learned? Was that the tactic you learned from when I met your boss's baby?
Yeah, just
that
gut
you
punch
thought
you with your kid.
that I had a
time.
soft spot
Dude,
for humanity?
for the love of Christ, I've known
Kids
you
are
for like 4
innocent.
fucking years, and that's the first time I've seen you happy.
Happy? No, you saw me joyful when I was drunk once. I guarantee it. At least
No.
once. At least once.
No, you made some very, very derogatory statements about my people when you were drunk that one time.
I do that when I'm sober.
Oh, God.
Then you weren't that drunk that night. But no,
I haven't had a drink.
So putting Aaron on the spot, because I tend to do that. My boss comes in, and my boss just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl named Lily.
Yay,
And how old is Lily, Aaron? She
3 months old.
3 months old. You see, he paid attention.
Because that was the last time I saw Erin. She was very, very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
Very
Right.
pregnant.
Good choice of words. And immediately because the thing was, I had gone down the hall to send a message, and immediately I just hear, she just wanted to say hi. And Erin just pops her head with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in, and dude, I swear to you, you could have lit up Broadway with the energy that was coming from your smile, bro.
Have you seen my stand-up set when I talk about leaving just 1/3 of Brian left for 135K of Brian laundry? Never mind. This isn't going to make any sense. I realize I'm way too high. Let's continue. Let's continue. Sorry about that.
Yes, no, you're fine.
I love kids. So,
Yeah. And that was just funny. It was just I never saw you like that.
Yeah,
And
caring, compassionate father.
Yeah, caring, compassionate father. I don't see you with your kid.
No.
Only I saw your kid one time.
Yep.
I think
That's
that
the
was
way
like
it
the proof of life at that point.
Yep, it was just that.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I even let you into my apartment recently, and they were not there. That is how well guarded they are from my life, from you guys.
I respect that. I respect that 100%. But no, we have Rachel Christian on the show tonight.
Hi, Rachel. We wasted about 15 minutes of the hour-long show.
Okay.
How you doing?
I appreciate it. Less time on me.
So no, the reason why Rachel's here is because I came across an article that was floating around my social media, and it was on Business Insider, businessinsider.com.
Nice.
I read Business Insider.
Thank you.
So you saw our
I have read this article then.
So the article in question is, like I said, from Business Insider, and I am trying to pull it up so we can pull it up on the screen so our listeners and watchers and viewers can bask in the glory that is Rachel on a separate screen.
Ooh.
And 3, 2, the story from yesterday. Whoops. Okay. So the title is, I just want to make sure I'm gonna, yeah, that is the title. Whoops.
Yeah.
So the title is Remote Work Has Finally Made Me, a Legally Blind Person, Feel Like I Can Thrive at My Job. I'm sad it took this long. Is that the title?
That is the title. I actually didn't write the headline. The editor wrote the headline, but I liked it. I really did. I thought she did a good job. I thought it was very snappy and captivating. So
what was the original title?
I don't know, something lame. Like it was like how remote work has improved inclusivity for. It was
very
really long.
Business Insider.
Yeah, but apparently not. Apparently it wasn't too catchy. So
Yeah.
no, I appreciated it. I thought she did a good job. But any like the first line of a story or a headline, I have no dignity. I'm like, change it if it sounds better. No pride. There we go. Like I don't get caught up on that stuff.
Bobby, I just realized what the acronym means in your Facebook profile photo. Anyways, so no, I had read the article and it blew my mind because here's the thing. You and I have been friends for about 3 years?
Yeah.
Just about. And we met through our mutual friend, Marcos. Love you, Marcos. Quick shout out. But we had met through him, and we had met at some watering hole, just us having a couple of drinks with some friends, and we kicked it off.
It was right after EDC.
It was.
And we had both gone separately, and we were like, which, by the way, we got to catch up on that.
Yo.
Because I know you're going all out this year, so we need to catch up.
Girl, I have 3 days. My custom shirts will be in next week.
Of course you have custom shirts.
I have custom shirts for each day.
You're so extra.
I have to be. We had to look at the back.
I like McDonald's every once in a while. It's very tasty.
I do too.
Oh, no, 100%.
Not 3-day music festivals with ecstasy and boofing.
Who's taking drugs?
Well, let's go one day then. I just went one day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's when that's when we met.
Yeah, we met. We had so much in common, and it took me about 6 times to like hang out with you to know that there was something different about you. And that is that you are considered legally blind.
Yeah.
Can
Go ahead.
elaborate on that?
You and I. This is
expand.
Can you elaborate on that?
This isn't the podcaster talking to you now. This is your friend. And
I like how you put different titles right before. Never mind.
Yeah,
I am
no,
way too dark tonight. No, I was going to say something weird.
No,
Please
you're
continue.
fine. You're fine. It's okay.
It's okay. Dark humor helps.
Oh, okay. All right. So
she can see dark humor.
So in midnight.
That was good.
So in Midnight Masked, when he has the Jesus hat on and he's happy, but then he's really the bad guy, he puts on a different hat. Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah,
so
we'll
he doesn't have the podcaster hat on, so you can trust him now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that hat on.
Okay.
He's not trying to exploit you.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm gonna end this with the worst fucking pun,
Ooh,
just so
so.
just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I hang up my headphones now, or should I just jackknife? You brought up children. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
He's got to get paid back though.
Oh, also the whole show, the whole fucking show.
So here's my question to you, because I don't talk about things like that because I don't ever want to make someone feel awkward. I enjoy hanging out with you. I love hanging out with you. You've become one of my closest friends in such a short amount of time. And you tell me about it, because
yeah, sure. Okay, like what specifically?
Because here's the thing. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a disability for epilepsy. I could talk to you hours on end about epilepsy. I don't know what it's like in your world.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a legitimate question, because I know when this started happening to me, I really had no idea what.
You missed the dark pun?
What? Wait. Oh, back it up.
I said, do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, do I see what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not that. So okay. That's actually funny. When I had to do a independent living skills class at Lighthouse of Central Florida, which is the local nonprofit for people who are blind and visually impaired, I remember asking my teacher one time, because when we would, be around everybody, I'd be like, "Oh man, it's so great to see you." And I asked him, I was like, "Is that inconsiderate?"
Right.
Considering like the audience, and he's like, we were all different before. He's like, we know what we mean. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, good. Because I was like, shit, now do I have to change how I talk to? Because people are sensitive about everything. So,
oh yeah.
But surprisingly not blind people, because I feel like you have to learn how to roll with the punches or you die. So a little background, I guess, specifically about what I have. The thing that about vision impairments is that there's so many different kinds out there. Cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, all that kind of stuff. I have a super rare one. It's like 1 out of every 30,000. It's called cone dystrophy. So it is a degenerative retinal disease. And basically what it is there are 2 kinds of cells inside of your retina. Your rods and cones. Don't make any jokes, guys. I know it's going to be difficult, but your rods go and.
I think we're actually hyper focused and learning, surprisingly enough.
Okay, great. Okay.
So tell me where the rod goes.
Okay.
So you want to learn more about cones, or do you want to know more about rods? I think you're more of a rod guy. I don't know.
I'm totally a rod
Normally,
guy.
I get the rods out of the way.
I'm okay with cones.
Get the rods out of the way.
I'm more like a conroad kind of a.
Ooh, well, you can actually you can have rod cone dystrophy. So all right,
sweet.
I know. Well, no. More blindness. So not so good.
Sneak attacks with cool names. Fuckery.
I see what you did. Fuckery. I see what you did there.
So, I see how much you should kill this segment. But tell us more about rods and cones, please.
Okay. So you have 2 kinds of cells. Your rod cells go and control your night vision and your peripherals. Your cone cells go and control your contrast, your sensitivity to light, your facial recognition, and your central vision. So I have cone dystrophy. So those are the cells of my retina that are deteriorating over time.
Okay.
It started initially, I started noticing some initial symptoms around the time I was like 13, 14.
And what were those? If you don't like, what were the symptoms? How did it,
so
like...
the very first thing I ever noticed is I couldn't see transparencies in school anymore. Like it just looked blank. Yeah, like where they used to do math. Like I really fell behind in math. Like in middle school and high school because I didn't want to come to grips with like my vision was getting worse. I was like, oh, well, I'm just stupid at math.
Oh, wow.
Because that was something a lot of people were stupid at math. And I'd
was
rather
it the colors?
that.
What was it? The whole
No,
paper,
so
or was it
it just looked blank. And
my
so,
God. Wow.
Yeah, so it just looked blank because like whenever there's too much light, it's like if you turn the brightness all the way up on your computer, and then if it could keep going to the point where it's like bleached out.
Right.
So that's why at this stage, going outside during the day and stuff, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, because you don't necessarily see everything. But yeah, so it initially started when I was about 13, 14. It didn't get too bad until I was about 21. That's when I couldn't read books anymore. So
wow.
So that was like the big transition for me. Everybody has their story, right? If you're not born blind, you always have that moment. For most people, it's having to give up the car keys, right?
Right.
I can no longer drive. I never learned to drive.
Well,
you know,
you're not really.
Yeah, good for me. I don't.
You don't have to die on the Florida roads like I do every day.
I was just gonna say, like, in Florida, like it's questionable how some of these people got a freaking driver's license.
I heard they hand them out of culinary school down here. Did they not? She tried to make a joke. Sorry, guys. Good night.
We're allowing that 10-second moment of silence for the dead air.
Oh God.
But we're back, anyways.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. I have no idea what you said.
I'm
just like, I'm just making ocean waves so our viewers feel comfortable again.
So that's the first time you're trying the White Claw iced tea, right?
Yes.
How is it?
It's good.
It's good.
It reminds me of Indiana iced tea. Very big up there.
So it's not like what's the other one that got
Truly?
No. I'm talking about the one like hard tea.
Oh, Mike's.
It's not
Twisted.
Yeah, Twisted Tea. For like a month on the internet, it was nothing but Twisted Tea ads. So, is that better than Twisted Tea?
I haven't had it.
You shouldn't. Don't.
No, she's not that good.
Okay, I can only remember once. No, I'm not gonna tell you stories.
Okay, no, it's fine. So yeah, you were saying that like you had to hand over the car keys.
No, I never learned to drive.
You never had to. You never had.
Yeah. So like in a way that was good. So yeah, it's just been it's been a progressive thing. But I still have a decent amount of sight. I would say the best time I can see is at night and in low light. And so it's, there's no cure. I got the diagnosis when I was 22 and, a bunch of eye doctors telling me like, yeah, wow. Literally pulling people in to be like, have you ever seen this before? Da-da-da.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
You were the spectacle of the
I'm always the spectacle when I go to the eye doctor, even when I go to like retinal specialists.
That is funny.
They're like, wow, I read about this in college, but and I'm like, great, cool. Well, here I am.
Wow.
So it's just a matter, and the thing is that this happens to a lot of people. It tends to be older people, cataracts, glaucoma, those are, some of the most common ones. But, especially retinal degenerative diseases, they can happen at any time. They affect people differently. Some people, it can be completely different, but it's just a matter of adapting. So it's not, even though there are organizations focused on a cure, quote unquote, it's a lot more of how do you adjust your environment? How do you adjust your technology? And I feel like, honestly, this happening to me at a younger age has helped me a lot more because I already knew about technology. I was already comfortable with it. I grew up in that generation.
Do you feel it made me you just a tad bit more resourceful though? I mean, knowing
that you have to be,
especially with
you don't know what's coming. Yeah, so. You have to rewire your brain, right? Like once I couldn't read books anymore, like that was what kind of learner I was, right? Yeah. So now I have to become an audio learner. Okay, so that's been a whole process over time. Like instead, because I just used to tune everything out.
Right. No. That's interesting that you say that right there. Like you had to learn a new way to learn.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I noticed my reading speed kept going down, right? That was before I had when I was 21, I was like, oh, I can't read books anymore. But like up until that point, yeah, I mean, I was the person who could read the chapter in the textbook and get an okay grade on the test. Like I just processed it better that way. But it's
It's been something.
Yeah, it's a learning process, and I think it being gradual and the time that it happened to me really did help a lot, because I've noticed people who start to lose their sight and they're older, maybe their spouse has passed away, like they've driven all their lives, they've been super independent. It's crippling for them, like really bad, really bad. Where with me, it's like, I also think being a female helps a lot. People are more willing to help you.
Right. I don't think anyone would help me if I was
probably
I would be like, get the fuck off me, man.
Yeah.
Are you a dog?
And they'd be like, God, is this guy on drugs? Why is he running into things?
I got my sunglasses on. I look like Nicolas Cage.
Falling everywhere.
He's either drunk or blind. I can't tell, but he's still an asshole either way.
Literally.
Fuck him.
But no, so all right. So basically, like touching base on what you just going back to what you just said, the learning a new way to learn. Like even till now, like I'm still having that comment sink into me right now, because I'm trying to process how I would actually process that if I were in a situation such as yours, because I'm already having like a little anxiety attack of like how I'd have to do things differently, because I'm just so used to the way I do things now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, it's a matter of like figuring out how to do things differently, and also realizing that you won't ever be able to do things quite the same way as other people.
Yeah.
And so you have to learn workarounds. For me, at least, it's a constant challenge of like, how can I look normal, right? To my employer, to my friends, to my mom, to whomever it is. And so, you try to make observations about like, and like I said, the independent living skills class I took at the Lighthouse really helped. For example, just going out to dinner, right? If you have a wine glass, you set it down, you can't see that well, you knock it over.
Yeah.
Right. And so a matter of learning like, okay, put your hand on the table and search for it that way. Don't just go into a table and grab a glass, because you can't do that anymore. So instead of drawing a bunch of attention to yourself, just do it like that. Mm-hmm. So it's just like little life hacks, honestly, is kind of like what it comes down to. And the thing I talked about in the article, for me at least, is, I learned how to enable all the different accessibility features on my computer. And I write for a living. So I learned, invert it, high contrast, the zoom feature. My vision's still okay enough where I don't really need voiceover. I use it on my phone for like articles, but I haven't gotten trained on the like one where it just reads out fucking everything for you.
Right.
And so for me, and I'll put things in like 25-point font and then put it down to 12 before I submit it to my editor. But yeah, my employer didn't know that I was blind. I awkwardly brought it up like a week into the job, and she was like, oh wow. Do you need anything from us? I was like, no, I just wanted to let you know, because this Business Insider article came out, and I didn't want it to like go through the grapevine and be like, is that girl blind? Like she didn't tell us, but there's like this article online. So they were like, oh, okay, that's cool.
So I'm sure with the American Disabilities Act, like that right there, like covers you. Like you don't have to disclose.
I don't have to. Yeah. I just wanted to, the thing I've realized over time is that people always feel really awkward about asking, right?
Hence beginning of this interview.
Yeah. And so it's because people act weird about it. But the thing is like, you only know what you're going through. Like you have to educate other people and be patient. People aren't coming in. I never met a blind person before this shit started happening to me, And so it's like, if people don't ask, then a lot of times they'll just create misconceptions. So if you're just open and willing to talk about it and answer questions, then, next time they're, 2 or 3 years down the road, they'll be like, well, this one blind girl I met, like she wasn't white cane, like walking around, like she was pretty normal, and maybe they share that with their friends, and it helps slowly change the whole perception.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I recently have had a numerous number of people who have sight problems.
Oh, really?
From ranging from complete black, like cannot see anything, to people who have to wear sunglasses even at night.
Yeah.
Which is
wow.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, but I sympathize with that person. The other guy, I think you've met Eric, haven't you?
Yeah.
Eric he is 100% blind. And he tells the story of Daredevil every time somebody asks him about how he became blind. He goes, I don't know. I beat it too much. With that old stigma. But he's a comedian.
Oh my gosh, visually impaired people have the best, most wicked sense of humor. I swear to God.
That is fucking true. That like in the conversations that we've had at the bars that we've chilled out here in Orlando, like I've even gotten like, damn, yo, I can chat with her. I could definitely chat with freaking Rachel. And like anytime that like you would hit me up to like grabbing the 3-for-1 Ember or meeting up at the Lodge or the Robinson, wherever, like.
The new Robinson. Yes, tell us more. Tell us more about how fucking fancy it is.
Right, where it's like closed until 7 now and you have to have a membership. I was like, what happened to happy
Hey,
hour?
Mikey, tell your bosses to knock that shit off is basically what I'm saying, Mikey. Hi, Mikey. Specifically you, Mikey.
But no, going back to the article, like there was one part here that like I said, I'm not well knowledged in your field, or I mean with your wrong story. Whoops.
Well versed.
I'm not well versed.
Yes.
There we go. Sorry, I put up the wrong article because I just finished doing legal course of action, and I still had the article from when I was talking with Aaron. But the one part of the article that got me was like transportation is often a major barrier to steady employment for the blind and visually impaired. Can you dive into that a little more?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So, I mean, it was always a constant, how am I going to figure this out? How am I going to get to work? In the most basic way.
Because you're basic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, in all the ways that don't matter.
What a shitty way to make an inside joke just happen. It's because you're basic. Because they didn't understand that the White Claw reference was off the air, so he just called you basic for no.
He's not that mean in real life.
I know. No, I know. I'm giving him the.
I was letting them know.
Oh yeah, he's a big softie.
I am.
Yeah. So when I mean, from the time I first started, from the time I first started working, it was. Because at that time I was in Indiana, right? So there was no public transportation where I was. So my boyfriend and I at the time went and moved so that I could be closer to work. So it was just a 7-minute walk for me. When I moved back home 4 years ago and I started working at the newspaper in Kissimmee, I initially was living with my mom. I had to take 2 buses to get to work. For what would have only otherwise been like a half-hour car ride. So it ended up being an hour and a half commute one way.
I've
so 3 hours each day.
I've been victim to the Links rotation. Yeah. Taking the 18 to everywhere else has always been a pain.
Yeah, so this was straight up OBT.
Oh.
It was straight from Oak Ridge.
Number 4?
Yeah. So it was from Oak Ridge and OBT to the Florida Mall. That's where I made my transfer. Mm-hmm. And then I can't remember what fucking name it was or number. And then it went to downtown Kissimmee, walked to the newspaper there. And then of course, I was a reporter. So it was like, how are you going to get to certain stories? Lucky for me, it was in the middle of downtown. So City Hall was right across the street. The County Commission building was right around the corner, all that kind of stuff. So I was able to walk to a lot. But I had to strategically kind of plan out. I always have rides and Ubers. It's a little bit better now that my salary is a little bit higher. So I don't have to, because I was broke before. So it was always like, do I want to spend $7 or can I walk in the rain? I think I need that $7, And so thankfully I don't have to make decisions like that anymore. But yeah. So, and then when I started my former job, I used to take the Sunrail. Just took the Sunrail today, actually, to come see you. Big fan of the Sunrail. And definitely beats the hell out of the public bus.
Every time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Sunrail.
So nice.
Sunrail all day over Links.
Okay. I want to tell you my favorite thing about the Sunrail.
Tell me. I love
the favorite thing about the Sunrail is that I live in downtown Orlando. That's fact. I go on the Sunrail, and when it's an art event on Saturdays in Winter Park, I will ride the Sunrail to avoid parking in Winter Park.
On Saturdays?
Are you talking?
Because it's only during the art festival. It's the only time I go eat in Winter Park for free.
Because they run it on Saturdays, right? They normally don't run it.
Oh, what, the farmer's market?
Yeah, during farmer's markets time. It's not every weekend, but it's sometimes. And if you find out when those sometimes are, make plans around the sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, no. I love going to the Winter Park Farmers Market, and I'd love to do a train day.
train day.
I'd love to do a train day by going when they finally extend it beyond Sanford. They're going to extend it beyond Sanford.
It's past Sanford. It goes all the way to DeBerry. That's
DeBerry,
the first stop.
yeah, they're extending it to like Daytona, aren't they? Or they're like, dude.
They've
Anyways, if I could
talked
hop on a train and get to Turnanog on a train and then go to Bucky's and then get back on the train and go.
I thought that was a town at first, Turnanog. I was like, where's that?
That's an Irish pub for.
I thought
You should have lied. It's a city.
I honestly thought it was pronounced Tiernanog.
To me, it's the Nog.
Yeah.
It's the Nog.
Yeah.
Tiernanog.
Yeah, anyways. But no, going back into that. So you were saying that the public transportation is extremely restrictive for the visually impaired.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to be within walking distance somehow, you know, or be in a relationship where somebody can drive you every morning to the thing. So what ended up happening is, you know, I was taking the train and in and out of work at my previous job. And then COVID happened. Everything shut down. We started working remotely. And, you know, everybody had the typical like, hell yeah, this is awesome. I no longer have this commute. But I was like, seriously, like, this is awesome. I no longer have to worry about so much, you know, like, because the Sunrail was honestly not that bad. But then once you get off, you know, depending on what time of day it is, you're like, okay, you have to be hyper aware of everything. You have to be like, I hope I don't trip. I hope I don't fall. I hope I don't, like, you know, crash over one of those stupid fucking scooters because people go and put them right in the middle of the sidewalk, you know? And so, like, and then if I do, how can I play that off? And so it was like all eliminated. And I was able to, you know, keep my little home office how I could see it. You know, my last job was at Launch, that huge, beautiful windows, modern looking office. The second I walked in there in my job interview, I was like, fuck, you know, like, this is going to be really tough. And I had to, after they extended the job offer, I had to be like, yo, so can I get a different, like, a little, just a closet, a broom closet would honestly be preferable. And they were like, oh, well, we have this one place. And I was like, okay, that's fine. That works. I didn't have to worry about any of that. I didn't have to worry about people like walking behind my computer and being like, why does it look like, you know, the Stargate on her computer or whatever. People have said that. They're like, wow, you look like, beam me up, Scotty. I'm like, okay.
I love how she just makes two different worlds right there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yoda's here somewhere.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, fuck you.
And so it just took, and my writing got faster. I made less mistakes. I didn't have to work as much on the weekends because my boss was like, I never want you to work on the weekends. And I was like, well, if you want me to be as productive as everybody else, I can't see that great in the office. This is what you're going to need. This is what I need to do in order to get you what you need. Yeah. So, like, don't make me feel bad. Like, I'm not asking for any special treatment. I just know I need to work a little harder than everybody else in order to be there.
Right.
So yeah, now it's dope. Like, I love working from home. I just make sure I come out and I do social things like a couple times a week, you know, to keep my sanity. And other than that,
you mean be on your podcast in person? Yes, I'm already on the train right now.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why, like,
you could have remoted this. You probably would be our one.
And
guest
that was the thing. Like, I gave the option of like, hey, if you want to do remote, you're more than welcome to.
I got to get out of the house sometimes though. Like, I'm still social, you know.
There you go.
It's like you have to balance it.
Man, I have been trying since this whole fucking thing began to sit at home and
I can't
and work.
I refuse to.
But it didn't allow me to. It never did. I was never home. I'm still never home.
No, I refuse to work from home, even during the
your place. Yeah, that would be tough.
Shut up. No, during
I had to work on a hockey puck bed.
Oh, fuck off. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else. Anyway.
No, I'm being funny, you dick.
Yeah. So no, during COVID,
in.
I remember, and I tell the story all the time, where in this very room, my boss is standing right to the left of you, and she was saying, and this is March 17th, 2020.
St. Patrick's Day.
Exactly. She was like, hey, if you guys would like to work from home, you are able to. I'm not shutting down the office. And that was the thing. We worked through the entire pandemic. There was no slowdown for us. And at the end of that conversation,
if anything, it got busier.
It did get busier. It was like within 5 minutes of said meeting, our buddy Mark was already in his car on his way home. And everyone else the next day, no one came in except for the office manager and myself. And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I can't work from home. Mm-hmm. No, I just can't
you
in
really
period.
couldn't. No.
So I rode my bike every day because there were less cars on the road.
Did you ride on I-4?
No, I rode.
Did you try?
Fuck off. No, I didn't.
You wanted to, though, didn't you?
Yes, of
You wanted to
course.
go Maitland Avenue and then ride I-4 all the way
No,
down
this
to
is
your
when I
office.
lived in the Milk District.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I jump on the 408 and then get off on I-4 and then get off on Ivanhoe exit. Yeah, I'll fucking do that on my Huffy.
Yeah, I would do that on a Huffy.
Yeah. But
Amelia to Bumby was the same for me. It was beautiful. I had a bike ramp.
You literally did.
Lane.
Yeah.
No other streets in Orlando have a bike lane, but Bumby, if you try to ride on that actual street,
not gonna work for
goodbye
you.
to your suspension on your car.
You're gonna have a bad time.
I know. My car is still fucked.
Damn.
It's
That's
that bad.
Yeah. But no, going back to that, so like being able to work from home for you was, a blessing in disguise.
Oh yeah, 100%. And when it kind of lined up too with earlier this year, right? A lot of people were quitting their jobs. The job market's just been crazy this year, right? They called it the Great Resignation. That happened over the summer, I think in June or July.
I got 2 fucking jobs right now.
Just to while you're saying that, Newsweek today says America's done with your bullshit, basically. So it's still happening.
Yeah.
Right now, it's even worse.
Yeah.
I just quit my job, today. So
did you really?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
High five, man. Topical.
Yeah,
Topical. Well, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, so illustrating the point.
Yep.
Yeah, so because there has been so much turnover, it's an employee's market, right? Employers are willing to give more benefits, pay higher salaries, be more accommodating. You just kind of have to know how to market yourself. So this recruiter completely, reached out to me on LinkedIn, offered me this really awesome new job at the Penny Hoarder.
You work for Penny?
Yeah, Penny Hoarder. Yeah.
We need to talk after.
Oh boy. And anyway, so that's how that one came out, and their company had already made the decision to go fully remote. So, my interview was remote, everything. It was the first time I had started a job remotely, which I thought was going to be really weird. Wasn't that weird? And then, like I said, I absolutely wouldn't have had to tell them unless I wanted to, where with previous jobs, it would have come up at where's your car? How are you going to go out and cover assignments for the newspaper?
Yeah, because that's actually on an application nowadays. Like, do you have reliable transportation?
Oh yeah. Do you have a
constantly.
driver's license? And that's the thing I talk about in the article, is how I lost this really important internship when I was in college because I didn't have a driver's license. Like, I specifically had started freelancing for the Metro editor at the daily newspaper in Evansville, Indiana. And I was like his pick. We had talked about it. And he, I did the interview. I submitted my clips. I was like, I think the interview went well. He was like, at the end of the day, it's my choice who's my intern. And I was like, awesome, on track. And then, last minute kind of formality. I was like, okay, can you fill out this application? It's like, yeah, sure. Get to it. The question is, do you have a driver's license? I just sat there and I was like, and I was like, do I lie? Can't lie. So I put no, and because it said, do you have a driver's license? This is a, requirement for this position.
Yeah.
And so I messaged him because we were Facebook friends. This was in the bag. And I was like, hey, I saw this on the application. Is this going to be a big deal? And he was like, do you not have one? I was like, no, I don't. He was like,
blocked.
Yeah. And so he was like, well, it's, corporate policy. We're going to need to send you out on assignments. I'm so sorry. Ended up getting a different internship that same semester with the Features magazine, but it was soul crushing at the time.
I bet.
Absolutely soul crushing, because I was just like, I'm fucking qualified. I have the experience. I have the goddamn gumption to go, I was willing to put the hours in and do all that stuff. And just, the fact that there was no negotiation, there was no opportunity for me to make the argument of how I could get the work done.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of requirements out there that, employers do have that
super arbitrary.
One, super arbitrary, and two, you miss out on possibility having such a great employee.
Yeah,
that's true.
There were times beforehand, before I worked in law, that because I have a criminal record for habitual traffic offender in Osceola County. You know,
You're still a habitual driver.
shut the fuck up. Anyway, the issue at hand was that I couldn't apply at these really cool jobs because they wanted a background check and no one hired felons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, mine are completely nonviolent, mine are completely non-drug related. Like, please review my resume again, please review my application, put it for consideration. And they're like, no, company policy.
Yeah, it happens a lot like with veterans too. They'll come back and they have, really extensive experience doing something, like let's say in the Air Force, and they go to apply, to work for a commercial airline, and they're not willing to, they're not certified in something like very specific. And so instead of being like, wow, this is a veteran, they're, loyal, like they have that, we'll just do the slight training and then we'll hire them, or we'll just work with them. Maybe it doesn't line up exactly with somebody who went to original flight school, but no, it's just like, nope, sorry, come back to us when you got your shit straight.
No, and now that we're having this sorry, let me finish this one thought. That we're having this conversation, I've been doing the hiring here at this firm for about a year now, and I just realized that I've had to play that role with, not being able to even interview somebody because they didn't meet a certain qualification.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's me, I'm the qualified. I'm the problem.
No, and the thing was, like, we had required on the post that, like, hey, you have a minimum of 1 year experience working in family law. This is a deal breaker. And then we still had people applying that had zero family law experience, but they had I'm a quick learner, this and that. I'm like, I'm sure you are, but we work in an environment where, like, we need someone to, like, pick up the stuff like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the time to sit down and train you with the legalities and the complexities that is family law, and for you to know what to do if this situation occurs, or if the attorney asks you for this kind of document, you don't have to Google it for about half an hour before you start drafting.
And that's the tough thing that employers are also facing, is that because they've been short-staffed.
Yeah.
They need people with experience. So they don't have the time to invest in training and things like that. And so, I definitely understand where the employer is coming from. It is a bit tricky as far as visual impairments go. I kind of differ a lot with other people in the blind, visually impaired community as far as when to tell your employer, if you need to, about it. And my thing was, like, I would never say it during the job interview ever. I would never mention it. My thing is, like, once the offer is given and you accept the offer, then you can tell them. Because otherwise, if you say it during the job interview, they could say they didn't hire you because you didn't have enough experience or because of whatever, when really it's because of that. But once they make you the job offer, if they rescind it, there's only one thing that's changed, right? So, like, legally you're protected there, and you can make the argument that it's discrimination.
And no, it's your article immediately. I forwarded it to Aaron, and I think it was like early. It was buttfuck early morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't read it.
Yeah. And that was the thing. He's like, within 5 minutes, he responded back, yes. I'm like, part of me thought was like, okay, maybe he read it, because you even put there that it takes like 5 minutes to read the article.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't put it there. The website put it there.
So here's how I come across when I'm dealing with a complex situation with multiple angles and things that I don't feel, absolute in talking about. I want to hear it from the person who wrote the article.
Yeah.
Rather than, now I'll go back and reread your article, and now I know you work for Penny Hoarder, and I think that is one of my daily reads, which I think. Okay.
I just wrote about cannabis stocks. That was my most recent article I wrote, like which cannabis stocks to invest. Yeah, I love the assignments I'm getting. It's like so varied.
I will be at the Central Florida Cannabis Festival the weekend of November 5th. Come check me out.
Where is it?
It is in Mount Dora. It is a 2-day festival with over 200 vendors. And I'm sorry that I'm pitching like a sponsorship, but
I like it. Keep going.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be going out with a couple of friends there, and I have some tickets. If anyone would like to join us, we are going to have a great time.
You mean weed are going to have a great time?
That's what I said.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. No. I totally took that's fire. Yeah, no, I didn't say that.
This is the corniest weed sale I've ever heard of.
But you'd totally be down if you were doing.
I'm gonna go anyways.
Yeah.
You said Cannabis and Mount Dora. They have good Italian food, and I'll be
I
high
love
as
Mount
fuck. So
Dora.
let's do it.
No,
Let's do it.
I'm getting 2 more tickets right now for you guys, so don't worry about it.
Aw.
We are gonna have a blast.
Do you want to have a little powwow for a moment? Because you said something in your story. Where did you study journalism at?
So, University of Southern Indiana. I was born and raised in Orlando. I went up to school there, not to go to school there because it's not a big school.
Eastern Illinois University journalism program over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Awesome, man.
we probably drank in the same bars at some point.
I was a good Christian girl in college.
Are you sure in Indiana?
Yeah, no, they
Ah.
stuck me out in a cornfield and I just studied.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I got
Lord.
all my troublemaking done my senior year of high school
Oh.
and when I got out of college.
You should have gone and seen me over at Eastern. It was a nightmare. I worked in a place. Wow. You just took me back to Midwest. I haven't thought about that. A place about a journalism
That's okay.
degree.
Shh, we don't have to go back there to the Midwest. It's not the best place.
Yep, I got 7 tickets for the Cannabis Festival. So
fantastic.
you
Let's
guys-
go get high.
you guys
Oh,
are
boy.
in. Yeah.
I'll just talk about my pot stocks article.
Well, you know what?
I got to write pot stocks in an article, which was fun too.
We are always a fan of cryptocurrency, of finance, stuff like that, and especially
Yeah.
the fact that you're talking about cannabis stocks, and there are tons out there now because there are a lot of companies.
Dude, I could talk about this so long. Just because I had to write about it like
well,
this
no,
week.
let's dive into that. You know, we talked.
Wait, what? What, Pat? Are we allowed to talk about fun things for a moment on the show?
Fuck off. Rachel's been fun.
No. He won't let. Every time I
You can
mention
only
the word
make
crypto,
it so fun.
no. You set me up to fail there, but I'm going to power through.
I
I'm
broke
gonna power
Aaron.
through. I'm gonna power through.
I broke him.
I've been trying to push Doge on this show for the better part of a year.
I'm gonna grab something real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, you would. Whenever I would talk about something interesting, he fucking walks off. Ozzy and Harry is garbage. It's garbage. This guy just doesn't love me.
Oh my god.
He doesn't love me
It's
anymore.
okay. Are you gonna wait?
No, we're not. No, I was just like, I was coming to you, it's changed the mood, but I'm way too bait.
It's alright. You're fine, bro. You're
All
fine.
right. So, what in your cannabis article? What should we be looking at? Is the
So-
government looking for legalization properties?
Right,
Are we
okay.
getting money? What's happening? Can I pay it other than cash?
Okay, so
Like I said, we know.
So there is a current piece of legislation. It's probably not going to go anywhere. It's called the MORE Act. It's to go and change it for marijuana at the federal level. Deschedule it or whatever, take it off. But yeah, and also go and make some criminal justice reforms. That's probably not going anywhere.
No, that's sitting in the Supreme Court for a good 30 years.
Well, no. So Congress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Different branch of government, but close.
I'm not smart, but I'm smart.
So
No,
you're good. And so it had actually gotten introduced last year. It's in. Yay.
So what I'm giving you is
Conquito.
Oh. Is it champagne?
No, it's kind of an eggnog, but it is a Puerto Rican.
Ooh.
It's actually
It is Christmas.
It is
not
a
even
Jamaican
Christmas.
take on coquito.
Mm.
But yeah, I just had to give you some of that because I know you're probably out of the White Claw.
I am. And that's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the pot stocks, go,
Dr. Pepper for
What?
sober people.
what I found out is that on most brokerage accounts, right, you can only buy Canadian companies because those are the only ones that are allowed to list on U.S. stock exchanges.
Okay. Yeah.
Canadian companies that don't sell in the U.S. However, most people are saying that the Canadian, weed businesses have seen their peak of growth. They actually, if you look at the charts for almost all of the big ones, like Canopy Growth Corporation, I think like Tilly's or to whatever, they've just like nosedived since February.
Yeah.
Because they got really overvalued at the beginning of the year, and then they just like boom. So you can take it one of two ways. You can take it as now is a really good time to buy,
Right.
because they're super cheap, and it's like
Buying
buying
season.
everything at 70% off, and they'll probably go up. The other thing is that if you do want to buy U.S. cannabis companies like Trulieve or whatever, for example, a lot of them are listed on Canadian exchanges. So your brokerage account, depending on who you invest with, they may or may not carry them. And then for the smaller ones, they have to trade as, and I didn't even know what the fuck this was until I started writing this article, but it's called over the counter stocks.
OTCs? Really?
Yeah, it's basically
Really?
yeah, it's basically like penny stocks. Yeah.
So it's like ADXS and like all these as you can say, penny stocks.
Yeah, and so it's like, you know, most brokerage accounts don't allow you to do it. I have Merrill Edge, for example, can't do it. I know Charles Schwab, I think TD Ameritrade, and there's like one other pretty big name where you can do OTC stocks. So it's a bit of a pickle, you know, like if you want to invest in it.
Isn't, here's the thing though, like, so you say you primarily, you don't have to get personal at all, but you said you had Merrill Lynch as your brokerage that you use. I use about 6.
Okay.
So I use I'll use Robinhood because of the purposes of crypto pulls with minimal fees. And then I'd go over to, but some of those that you were talking about are actually listed on Robinhood. It's like the different exchanges have the different ones, which is bizarre because aren't they all supposed to be together? Specifically the North American market.
So I altogether, as far as like the exchanges?
Well, if you have Canadian companies versus U.S. companies, aren't they within the same like?
So, okay, there are U.S. companies that can list on U.S. exchanges, but they aren't what they call pure play marijuana stocks, which means that they don't touch the plant. So, for example, there are this one like Scott's Miracle Grow. Now, apparently, is like partly in the marijuana business. There's pharmaceutical companies that do research for medical marijuana. There's this
that's
one,
where I am.
Yeah, there's this one real estate company where they purchase like a leaseback agreement, and then they sell it just to marijuana growers and stuff like that. So there are these, they're called ancillary firms or something like that, and it's basically a company that helps the marijuana industry. So those U.S. companies are available.
Do we know?
It's like we're not going to.
No, pause. Do we know anyone who works in that industry?
Yes, I know couples. Couple of people. So.
Talk to me after the show. That sounds like something I would like to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to take.
Yeah, I love investing stuff. Yeah, all about it.
Yeah, dude, we know a lot of people now. So,
guys, they're pretty popular.
Yeah, I got 2 judges next week.
What?
And a state representative.
Wow. Wait, which one?
I can't say that.
Oh, is it Aaron Soto?
Will you shut the fuck up?
Is it a Florida or a national?
Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, no, national. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah?
Let me just shut up. Sorry.
Well.
Yeah.
I like how we're talking pot before I have someone on the show that's in government. That's funny. And you know I will be.
Did you call it pops?
Yeah, I was really confused what happened.
Yeah. If you are calling politics like, oh, we're talking about pops right now. I love that term.
Pops.
I do too.
Yeah. Let's talk some pops, guys.
Pop side.
I'm gonna go get a 38.
Well, it's your God. It is your
American right.
Your American right.
It is American
Constitution. There you go. Government.
There you go, buddy.
Pop gov.
All right, I gotta stop bringing good weed before the podcast.
Yeah, for real. But no, going back into all this, like you have a well diverse brain. I'm gonna say it like that.
Oh wow.
You're fucking smart, and I love talking to you because you tend to get you don't give an opinion, you give like fucking facts.
Yeah.
It's that journalism in me.
I wish I no. Just keep going.
Yeah.
I used to be a journalist, so I have to be careful about what I say.
Oh.
It's very hard.
But no, it's
you do have to be careful about what you say.
It was a long time ago, and I have PTSD, so
I
don't want to say too much.
No, I feel you on that.
Yep.
Sometimes I look back on it and I'm just like, how did I do that? Because I was the news reporter too, so it was like, yeah.
I was behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple of years in Chicago.
God, that's the worst, man. That's the stuff.
You okay there, buddy?
Separates men from boys.
You want me to ask Aaron to bring in the baby? Will that make you feel better?
We tried a therapist once. It still didn't work. You literally hired a woman to come on and psychoanalyze. It was really, it's going to take more than one session. I said no.
No. Well, at least she was honest with you on that.
She was very honest.
Oh man. But no, as we're wrapping up, like here's the thing.
Are we wrapping up?
We're wrapping up pretty quick because I know for a fact that Rachel has to meet up with some friends in a few.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out later after this. God,
you guys are so cool.
Newsflash: Rachel's oblivious.
But no, going back to all that, I am so glad that I finally got to sit down with you on this level, because the conversation that you and I have at a watering hole with friends, it's never a dull moment with you. Whether it's current events, just views on things that happen throughout the world, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, Rachel, and I look forward to your continuing success in the field of journalism. And seeing that article, I was blown away. Immediately I shared, I'm like, yo,
I was blown away. I did not expect that to get honestly, Patricio, it was a week that I had off in between my 2 jobs, and I had this idea ruminating for a little while, because I was like, man, I am so lucky I was able to get this job. A year ago, that wouldn't have been the case, because people weren't as comfortable with work from home. So I had this idea going. I wrote it up one day. I pitched it to a bunch of places. I got a little lofty. I tried the Washington Post and the New York Times and stuff. Wow. And I wrote it up on a Monday. I submitted it on a Tuesday. On Wednesday, Business Insider was like, yeah, we'd love to go and publish this. And I was like, and they're like, we'll give you $300. I was like, I would have taken 30. I just wanted that byline, that said Business Insider. I read them all the time. So it's like that one where yeah.
It's the name on the marquee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I know what it is. It's amazing, and congratulations to you on that.
Thank you. So I was very excited.
I can't even get clickbait to give a fuck about what I say.
Oh my God, stop it. It was so crazy though, because that was the biggest place I got in published. I was getting texts and stuff from people who were like, "Oh, I saw your," and I was like, "We're not on social media together. Did you just come across this organically?" And they were like, "Yes," and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that's wild.
Holy shit, that's crazy. So yeah, it's cool though.
That's amazing.
No, I had a friend of mine who had actually messaged me about it, and he's like, "Was that the girl at your birthday party?"
Hey.
And I'm like, yes, it was. He's like, I didn't know. Oh my God. Yeah. So it sparked up a conversation there. And I'm going to share the article once again on the Chaos Facebook page, because it's a great read. It's informative, it's insightful, and I have nothing bad to say about it in no way, shape, or form. But as we're wrapping up, Aaron,
actually, may I have a follow-up question? Where can I follow your writing for your financial stuff?
Well, the Penny Hoarder.
Okay, the Penny Hoarder.
You can do that.
I'm letting you say it though.
Oh, okay.
I can't say it as appreciation.
Boy, I do have a Twitter account.
Yes.
I think it's at Ann_Chris1 or something. I don't know. I don't have very many followers.
Ann_Chris1,
because my middle name is Ann and then my last name's Christian. So yeah.
I forgot how to spell Twitter.
So yeah, I mean that's about it. I think there's a muck rack out there that has all of my publication stuff. But LinkedIn, I guess.
Woo! I'll find you on there shortly.
I mean, I'm not a social media fiend, so
I'm trying less and less, and I'm doing well and well.
Yeah, right.
This is it.
So I will be her social media manager. So if you want to talk to Rachel, you will have to call me through the Chaos Network, and we will make it happen. Any final thoughts as we're heading out? Anything you want to take off your chest?
I honestly am just really happy to have this opportunity to come on here and talk about it. That was one of the, things I was really appreciative about with the article, is just being able to, as you said, a lot of people, when they first look at me or see me interact, they don't necessarily know that I have low vision or I'm legally blind. And I think just spreading that education, that awareness, going and trying to build a little bit more sympathy into the world, just because somebody doesn't look a certain way doesn't mean that they're not struggling with their own impairments, challenges and limitations. So a little compassion can go a long way. And yeah, blind people can do all sorts of stuff. It's really inspirational and awesome the more you learn about it. So thank you so much for letting me go and share my story.
Aaron, any final thoughts as we head out?
First, thank you so much. First, thank you so much for being here. No, I'm just.
Oh, okay. Now I feel bad.
No, I you know what? I appreciate you just being here, telling us your story, and now I know someone who works for the Penny Hoarder.
Oh, you became such a softie towards the end.
No, I don't think you understand. There are two things this world craves. A lot of people crave money, and I crave power. So now the more people I know, more terrifying I am to people I don't like.
We're going to talk to some judges soon, so get ready, buddy.
Yes! Send them to
Okay.
jail.
I saw where that was going, but I'm not even going to. Oh, wow. Okay.
To the gallows!
And there it goes. And it went there.
But no, my final thoughts as wrapping up the week. It's been insane with dealing with horror nights, dealing with the production side of all the podcasts that I'm a part of.
I can't wait for you to text me after October's over.
I know, for real, dude. And that's actually where I was going with that. If any friend or family or just listener that I have a close relationship with, whether it's through social media or direct messages, my apologies for not having time, because time has been a luxury these past few weeks that I can't afford right now. And doesn't say that I think anything less of you or you're not as important as the next thing, but
he's just mad busy, yo.
I'm just mad busy. Come November, we are going to have a blast. We're going to have a great time because the holidays are coming up. And
isn't your birthday in November or is it December?
It's November.
Yay!
I still have your gift in its entirety.
What? Mine? His?
Your
Mine?
gift. The gift that you got me for my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It's honest to God, like the greatest gift I've ever received. Sorry, honey, but yeah, she it is the greatest gift someone could ever gotten someone like me.
No,
but no, that's basically my final thought. Is I'm sorry that I haven't had time, but I will be making time for everybody come November. Because hey, I miss you, I love you guys, but as always, if you're not laughing, you're not living. Live every day to the fullest, but always do it.
Other side of chaos. Woot woot.
We'll see y'all next week. Oh, catch me tonight on the Kitchen Killers. We go live at 9:05 with As the Rotor Turns. Carlos Tavares will be the guest chef, and he's got a really cool plate along with a really cool side gig and a special guest coming on the show tonight. I don't even know who it is. Check it out.